Hi, I'm Phoenix City Councilman Kevin Robinson in District 6. We're here at the iconic Wrigley Mansion, fortunate to have Devon Jesse, who is the Assistant Wine Director and the Certified
Sommelier.
Thank you very much for that, here at Wrigley Mansion, and she's grateful enough to, or gracious enough, to show us around. But first, Devon, can you tell us exactly what it is that you do here?
Sure. So I'm the assistant wine director, so I'm in a role where I help build our wine program, curate our by the glass wine list, our by the bottle list, and I also have a small team of other sommeliers. So when you come to dine here, we are here to assist in finding that perfect wine or beverage for whatever evening or occasion you're joining us for.
Okay, so exactly what does it mean to be a
sommelier?
Thank you very much.
Sure. So there's a couple different schools out there that administer exams. One of the main schools that I go through is called the Court of Master Sommeliers. They administer 4 different exams at different levels that test you on wine and beverage knowledge. So the certified is a level 2, and I had to do a bunch of self-studying at home, tasting wine, working in restaurants, and I signed up to take their exam and I passed it. So they send out these cool little pins that are kind of like a certificate of she knows about wine.
Oh, that's great.
It's our little badge of trust, yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I know you were going to give us a little bit of tour of the mansion itself, so why don't we go ahead and get started?
Wonderful, right this way.
Okay. Can you tell me about the history of the mansion?
Yes, so it was built in the 1930s by William Wrigley Jr., the gum conglomerate. He built it as a 50th wedding anniversary for his wife, Ava. This was supposed to be their winter cottage where they came to escape the cold weather in one of the other places that their mansions are, like cold California or Chicago. And unfortunately, William Wrigley Jr. died very shortly after construction was finished. He did actually die here upstairs. Over the years, it passed hands, and in the 90s, it was purchased by Geordie Hormel, who wanted to turn it into a place that could be shared with everybody. So he and his wife decided to turn it into a restaurant and event space while still trying to keep a lot of that old charm. So we all get to enjoy it now as either on a tour or at dinner or to celebrate a special occasion.
And I know special occasions are taking place here all the time. The views are great, they're spectacular. I don't know that there's any better anywhere in the valley.
I agree.
Well, in the other room, in the living room, can you tell us about the piano that's in there? And you mentioned Geordie Hormel, so I know the tie in there, but why don't you tell our audience about that?
Actually, the piano was a William Wrigley addition. So William Wrigley Jr. was very much into the technology of the time for the 30s. And there was a piano maker, Aeolian, who was known for making self-playing pianos, but William Wrigley didn't want just a self-playing piano. He wanted it to have the beauty of a baby grand from Steinway. So he commissioned the two of them to collaborate on a self-playing Steinway piano. They originally declined, but William Wrigley Jr. wrote them a blank check. And of course they couldn't refuse. They ended up making 2 pianos. The other piano is actually in the Smithsonian, but it's broken. So we have the only one in the country that still plays.
So what else could you tell us about the mansion? I know this place is so important to the city of Phoenix and to the citizens here, but what else do you think people need to know about the mansion?
It's really a place for everybody to come, whether you want to just have, a nice quiet evening, enjoy a glass of wine and a charcuterie board. We have Jamie's Wine Bar. If you'd like to come have dinner with a view, whether it's for a nice date or just to get away from the hustle and bustle, we have 2 different restaurants with great views, Geordie's at the Wrigley Mansion and Christopher's at the Wrigley Mansion. And then we're a really great space for events, whether it's a corporate event, a wedding event, a holiday dinner. We have a lot of rooms and event space to accommodate any kind of occasion.
That sounds great. And you know, my staff in our office, in the District 6 office, keep telling me that we need to come up here for one of the events, and so you'll be seeing us before too long.
Wonderful, yeah, please do. We, since it was owned by the Wrigleys and now by the Hormels, I like to say that we have a little slice of Americana right here in Phoenix.
Now, Devon, there's one thing that is truly unique about the Wrigley Mansion, because technically it's not really a restaurant, it's a club. Can you tell us a little bit about it being a club and the club fees?
Sure. So being part of the residential area, we do charge club fees. There are different memberships available. A social membership that gets you access to the mansion for a year is $20 a year. We have a wine club membership that's $75. It gets you access to reservations before other folks, and it also gets you a 15% discount on all bottles of wine. And then we have our corporate membership, which gets you access to a lot of really great amenities regarding our events. Again, since the Hormels really wanted this to be a place for anyone to enjoy, we don't require a club membership. We just charge a small $5 trial membership fee. That way anyone can come up and, you know, that can go towards a glass of wine or a drink, just so anyone can still come up and experience the mansion.
Well, that's great. It's an iconic location. It's wonderful. We all love it. It's right in the middle of District 6, and we really appreciate it. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to tell us about the mansion before we kind of sign off?
No, just that we hope to see everybody, you know, up here. Definitely join our newsletter and our social media pages. We are always putting on different events, wine dinners. Every January we do a wine festival. We have a really amazing bar program, craft cocktails, and of course our food from both of our chefs, David Brito and Christopher Gross, are always amazing.
I don't think you can beat that. Well, thank you for everything else. We really appreciate you taking the time. So Devon, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and I'm sure we're going to see you again.
Yes, thank you so much, Kevin.
I'm Councilman Kevin Robinson, and we will see you on the next episode of On Location in District 6. Thank you very much.